Talk Show Music Band presents the Weekly Wrap with Ben Brooks and the Pretty Press.
I totally agree. I feel like she kind of comes across like an attitude. Do you guys notice that at all? Like, I mean, yes, she has this persona and she has her alter ego, but I kind of get this weird vibe from her when she's performing. Like, I know I'm performing and I'm good. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. She's a very talented artist. I've always, I loved Destiny's Child, I should say. But I don't know. I just kind of get a little bit of like an attitude feel from her when she's performing.
I think she's like a lioness on stage, especially with that like poofy, like curly hair, and she is just like, she owns the stage. And like sometimes I think it makes the audience feel a little uncomfortable and come across maybe as a little bit of like a chip on your shoulder. I do agree with Charlie, though. There was no recognition for any of the band in the background. Yeah. And her backup singers were a little flat, I feel like.
Yeah. I would just say it wasn't her best performance. Yeah. She's had better. I mean, for Beyonce, she's...
The song, I like the song personally, though. It is a little bit gospel-y, though, but I think it was overall a well-done performance.
Well, she took the year off, and as I said before, but at the same time, she recorded this whole album, and she did a documentary on the album. So, I mean, it was pretty crazy that, and she told her mother said, you need some time off for your mental health. But, she was pretty busy.
Well, in Hollywood, that's true, so.
She was pretty busy. So Shaggy performed this week as well, and he did a song called Sugar Cane?
Sugar Cane.
Yeah, he was on George Lopez.
Yeah, he performed on George Lopez, and I don't know if you guys all remember Shaggy, but I kind of like listened to his album when I was like in 7th grade.
What was that song that he first had? It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sing it, come on, let's get a little bit more.
I don't really, that's all I remember.
Yeah, banging on the floor.
No, that's what everybody recognizes Shaggy from. This song though is a little bit less of a pop influence song. I felt like it was a little bit more targeted to like a commercial reggae actually.
Well, he actually is the has the #1 reggae album on iTunes right now with this song.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Go figure.
It was less of a pop influence this time, and Shaggy is also a great performer. It's very upbeat, fun, and the chorus was totally awesome.
He has a very distinct voice.
Yeah,
I mean, you know when you hear Shaggy. Absolutely,
that sort of
no doubt.
Deep kind of baritone.
It's kind of like it almost sounds like he has a bubble in his throat, but it's like a deep bubble. I don't know, it's weird, but but it works for him, and
it does.
He's getting older now. You guys notice that?
Yeah,
I remember.
Because it happens to us all.
I know, unfortunately. Anyone else notice the sexual reference in the song? Did you guys kind of get that?
Oh no, what was it?
It's called Sugar Cane, and it says she doesn't want like fame and celebrity. She just likes the taste of my sugar cane. Nobody else got that. And they're kind of grinding in the video, and I'm like, I don't think anyone's paying attention, but this is a very sexually explicit song. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me after you think about his old songs that are banging on the floor. That one, kind of his thing, but I mean, it's cool. It works.
Okay, well, next up is Porcelain Black, but before we get to that, let's talk about what's coming up for next week.
Coming up next week, Christina Perri and Blink-182 are scheduled to perform on David Letterman. Kelly Osbourne is bouncing back from the loss of her best friend, Amy Winehouse, and will be performing on Jay Leno. Rock band Fountains of Wayne will be rocking out on Jimmy Fallon, and both Pitbull and Seether will visit Conan O'Brien. Colby Calais will take the stage on Lopez tonight, along with Nicole Scherzinger and 2 cellos. Lastly, Lady Gaga is scheduled to co-host on The View. You won't want to miss this week's performances.
Thanks, Charlie. Can't wait for next week. But we've got one more to talk about this week, and that is Porcelain Black. And I have to say that I at first when I saw this musical performance, I was kind of taken aback, and I thought, is this something? Is this real? I mean, is this? I don't know. It just hit me strange. But it was these girls that were doing this sort of hard rock, sexy performance, heavy metal. I mean, I don't know. It was a little odd, but.
Well, okay. I have to tell you, I have so much to say about this performance. First of all, if you are going to sing a song, it's called This Is What Rock and Roll Looks Like. If you're going to sing a song called This Is What Rock and Roll Looks Like, you might want it to look like rock and roll. Okay. With that being said, I don't think I've ever seen a rock and roll performance that had backup dancers in it. Just saying. As well as just this strange, like...
raunchy.
Yeah, I mean, it was very... It's not.
It was
rock
like
and
a burlesque
roll.
show
Like it
or
was
something.
okay.
Yeah, it was
I
very.
like that.
And she
way.
was trying to sing while dancing again. Okay, if you're gonna sing and you're gonna dance, don't do it because it doesn't work.
Just don't do it.
Doesn't
don't do
work.
it.
No, it really doesn't work because you don't sound good. You absolutely do not sound good. And she handed off her mic at one point. And okay, this girl, Porcelain Black, she has a great rock and roll voice. Do not get me wrong, great voice. If she's going to sing rock and roll, her song was much too pop for me. If it's going to be rock and roll, and I felt like she was trying too hard. I mean, obviously this girl has talent. She worked with Lil Wayne, but she was trying way too hard for me. And it felt very Lady Gaga, like an attempt to be a rock and roll Lady Gaga. And for me, it just was not working.
The official music video, even the way her hair is done, gives me the Lady Gaga feel, like Cruella de Vil, like trying to be out there. Like,
she said that everything is a balance of light and dark, which is where her hair inspiration comes from. And I get that, but I don't know. I just felt like this performance was not working. Like, she has this, like, don't give a F attitude, which is great. That's great. Rock it. But I don't know. Just maybe work on the performance. I've said this before, if you're going to have backup dancers on a talk show, it doesn't really work because you don't have enough space. They kind of all look cramped and they're not really, working it out. And
it's not a concert.
it's not. It's
Yeah,
not. I feel
good point. Good
I feel
point.
like she has enough persona that she can carry this performance off by herself without the backup dancers. She didn't need them in this small confined space.
I have to say that I think I'm the only one that actually liked it. I
Yes.
loved it. I thought it was extremely entertaining. I mean, yes, it was a train wreck, but let's be honest. If there is a train wreck that is ready to happen, do you look away or do you watch and see what happens? You want to watch every minute. I thought was extremely
If you're
entertaining.
morbid.
I mean, yeah, the girls look like strippers. I mean, there might as well have been a pole there and people throwing money at them.
She kind of was the pole. She had in her hair.
But I mean, it's entertaining. That's why everyone watches Lady Gaga all the time, is because she's just so weird that you just want to watch. So
I have to say, though, on a side note, one of my favorite dancers, Capono, he was on the show So You Think You Can Dance. He was one of her backup dancers, so I was actually staring at him the whole time. No offense, Porcelain Black, but yeah, he's amazing. So.
Porcelain Black is like if me and Charlie made a baby with our hair.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
It's like side by side. Hi, here's her face.
Okay, well, a week and a half ago, Justin and Jimmy Fallon did a series of rap. It was a mashup of rap songs,
Yeah.
the
The
old
history
school
of rap.
and
The
the history of rap, and it was pretty impressive. And I think that it was great to see the two of them together
Yeah.
doing that, and then to be able, the way the band, the Roots, worked through these tunes, and the way they were able to pick up on these things and work off each other, it was pretty amazing.
I think
I loved
they
it.
feed off each other. They have a really
Yeah.
good chemistry on stage, and it was just absolutely hilarious. First of all, we were talking about the mashup of the song choice, and it was awesome. Like, I would totally bump that in my car. Like,
I mean, just from being 90s baby, or 80s, wow. Just from being 80s babies. I just think that it was really easy for all of us to appreciate the song choices that
Definitely.
they had. And it was just so fun. And the more you watch it, the better it gets. And I just think they really went out with a bang. And Justin Timberlake, I mean, he gets along with everybody. He can do anything.
He's a comedy show.
Well, they
Yeah.
both
Amazing.
have roots in some, kind of improv
Yeah.
acting, and so they're just hysterical together. They really work well together.
Yeah, it was great.
it was really funny. You have to check it out.
All right, this is Ben Brooks saying thank you for watching this week, from all of us to all of you.
Yeah. Bye, guys. See you next time.
We'll see you next week.
Oh, God.
It's a
Check this shit out, yo.
Rico 909.